Hey, how's it going, everyone? So, last time we were talking about how to send your output to text files. Sometimes you can try and send your output to null, like to just nothing. And now we were talking about if statements. If statements is like any other programming language, is just about if you want to do something, you do something and then you test. If this equal to this, do something. If it's not, do something else. Okay? We will try a practical example right now. Let's get started. So here, from the last time, remember the dir command? The dir command tells you or shows how what's the files and folders inside your current directory, right? So here I'm in users, C users nextbell. So if I go to this script actually is in same directory, users nextbell. It's called listen1. It's the same script from the last time. So if I do dir here, just dir and then I pause it, see what will happen. And I execute the script. Now, what if I want to look for a file? Like, I know the output already. I know that it will give me like some output and I want to look for something in that output. Like for instance, this file, a.text. I want to look in this output in for a.text, right? How do you do that? Very simple. We can use something called find. Find is like grep in Linux. So if I do dir and then space, and then before I do the find, I need to do something called pipe. It's like this vertical bar. It should be below the delete button. So this is called pipe. Pipe means you're connecting two commands together. How it works is we are taking the output from dir and we are sending this output to a different command to further process this output and do something else with it. Like now I know what dir will give me, right? It will just show me a bunch of files and folders. But I want to take that output and give it to another command called find. So it's basically I'm telling find, here you go. I'm giving you some output from the dir command, but I want you to look into that output for something, right? So once you do the pipe, you do find. So all the output will be going out from dir will be sent to find. And so once you do that, dir will be done now. So we're just taking all the output from dir and that's it. So find what? You need to specify what exactly you want to find, right? So you have to do double quotes, and between them, you need to write what we are looking for, right? So I am looking for something called a.text. It's a text file. So you have to type here a.text. Of course, you don't have to type or write all of it. You can just write just part of it, like just maybe a something or a dot. If it's a long name, you can just put something like a unique pattern of that file or that folder. But we know here a.text is the only a.text in this directory. But what if, for instance, if you have logs and log, like logs.txt and log.txt, one with the S and one without S. So in this example, if you just type log, right, just log, it will give you log.txt and logs with the S.txt. So that's why in this case you need to be specific. But anyway, we will just say a.text for now. You get the idea anyway. Let's execute it again. Oh, okay, perfect. Now it shows me just the a.text as output. All right. So remember from the last time that you can suppress this or you can send it to null. By the way, in Linux, it's called dev null, not null. Okay. So I am sending output to null in UL. Now if I execute it again, nothing, right? But I know that already. Okay, I'm just, I was just thinking about showing you this here. So what should I do now next? If statement works this way. So since I was able to find a.text, so there's something called error level. And by the way, you don't have to use this. You can use if for anything else. Like for instance, I want to do if something equal to something. So I'm just going to use error level here because you're going to use this a lot in your batch scripting and you need to know how to use it. The way you use error level here is to do double quotes and then percent and then the word error, ERROR, level, and then percent because it's variable here. This is a built-in variable that Windows is using. And then double quotes again. And then double equal sign because we are not assigning something to a variable. We are comparing something to something else. So when you compare, you need to use double equal sign, not just single equal sign. Remember from the first, I think the first or second, so it was a second video. If you're assigning a variable, you use only one equal sign. That's in any programming language. So here, we want to check if error level is equal to 0 or 1. 0 means you found what we were looking for, means the command was succeeded. 1 means error, it's binary, 0 or 1. So here, of course, I know already that we will find a.text. It's there, we know that. So that's why 0 should be succeeded, right? Oh, what's that? Okay. So let's just give it a try. So how do you use the if statement? Like this, if something equal to something, and then what do? You have to do, if you're using it in the same line, like I'm checking now, if error level equal to 0, do something else, do something else, right? So what if I'm not using else? I'm just telling this batch script if error level equals 0, echo correct. It's there. It's let's just say correct. Right? Save it, and then let's execute this batch script again. It shows correct. Forget about the first line because this is the output from the command. We can just suppress this by doing the dev null. This is why I was telling you on the last video that you can suppress this by doing null because I don't want to see it. Just show me, right? Just give me the output of my batch script. So we can just do greater than null. That's it. This should be cleaner. Now it shows you correct. Okay. But what if I want to use, by the way, you can use this way too. You can do parentheses like this, open one and close it. I think it should work. Yep. Okay. You can use it either way. So I want to use else now. So I'm looking for a.text, but maybe you can't find it, right? Maybe the batch script won't find it. You need to do some variables. You need to tell the batch script if you can't find it, then do something else. This is what we're gonna do here. So to make it easier, just open one parentheses here, and then enter, and then type whatever you want here. Do whatever you want. Echo, same thing, correct. And then go one line and then close it. We're closing this one here, right? And then space else, and then open another one and then go down again and do anything else you want. So if you can't find it, just do echo not there, and then one more line, go down one more line, and then just close this one. This is the second one, just close it like this. We're saving it, execute it again. Of course, we are getting correct because it's still there. But let's try and change the a.text to b.text. We don't have anything called b.text there, right? It should give you an error because it's not there. So let's do lesson 1 again. See, it gave you not there. So it skipped the first one because it's not 0, it is 1. So let's change the 0 to 1 here. So basically we are telling the bash script if error level equal to 1 means if it's really not there, if you can't find it, show correct. But if it's there, show not there. We are actually reversing it. But of course, we have to correct it this way. If it's not there, show not there, or echo not there. And if it's actually there, do correct. So you can reverse it. You can do, if it's 1 means it's if the command is not successful, do this. If it was successful, do something else. Let's save it and execute it again. Not there. The first one, right? Because it's actually not there. Okay. Let's test this something, let's do something more practical. So if I go to the command prompt here, and I'm trying to ping 8888, that's Google DNS, right? It works. But what if I ping 8887? It's not IP address, I can't reach it, right? Because sometimes you're, as network administrator, you will be trying to ping some IPs in your network. You want to check which one is working and which one is not, right? So we can use this if statements to actually test it. How? We will change this line here with ping. Ping space 8888. I just want to check this one first. And then find, but what I'm looking for, find what? Let's go again here. Ping 8888. I'm looking for something unique that will actually tell me that the pinging is working. This IP is actually replying. The only difference between this one and the 8887 is 8887 gives you request timeout, but this one gives you reply from 8888 bytes equal 32, right? So we have a lot of we don't have any similarities here. This one gives us reply from, so maybe we can look for a word called reply. So if the word reply is there, that means the pinging is working. If it's not, means it's giving me request timeout, right? Okay, then let's just find the word reply. And we are telling this will be 0 if error level equal to 0 means it is pinging. Echo pinging, right? Else not pinging or not working, whatever you want to call it. Oh, where's this? Pinging. Okay. And save it. But here's the thing. Usually the default ping command sends 5 packets. Oh, usually 4, I guess, right? 4. Let's test it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 packets. Here it gives you sent 4, received 4. But if it's not replying, that means you have to wait for each one to give you request timeout. Like this. It's gonna take you a while, right? and you want to do this like real quick. So this is the first one. See, we're waiting like for 4 or 5 seconds just to wait one packet to be received. So we can use the dash in here. If you do ping space / question mark, you see here you can specify dash n count number of echo requests to send. So we don't want to send 4 packets, we just want to send 1. So here I'm going to use ping space dash n space 1 and then your IP address. This will be really quick. Find reply if it's there. If you could find reply, echo pinging, else echo not pinging. Let's save it and try it. Pinging, you see it here, but we forgot to suppress this one here, send it to null because I don't want to see output, to be honest. Just want it to be clean. Here, pinging, correct. So let's change this with 7. Let's test it again. It's gonna take a little bit of time because when it's request timeout, it doesn't work the same way. Not pinging, perfect. So now we were able to use the if statement and the find to actually test something, right? We will be using this a lot later in your batch scripting because sometimes you do something and you need to put some kind of variables, not variables like the one we were talking about in the second video. No, I mean variables, if you can't do something, do something else. Otherwise, the script will just stop. It will just, because you don't put a lot of commands or variables there to make it more flexible. Alright guys, this was the if statement. I think the next video we will go to for loop because we can use if statements inside for loop, and then the next one we will go for nested for loops. Alright everyone, see you next video.